This will be our second annual ride. We started 3 years ago, but last year we had to cancel due to COVID. So it's a little bit like starting over again. But this is actually our second annual ride, and it's for suicide awareness. We feel that it's very important to keep that out in front of the public, and also very important to raise funds for a couple of very excellent organizations, and one of them being the Hopner, Project Hopner, and the other one being the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And both of these organizations are trying to get out into the public and into the schools, and to try to increase awareness that people are suffering, people are hurting, and we need to find out who needs help, and to try to get somebody in front of that person that can help them. That didn't occur in my son's case, but that's what we're all about. And my motorcycle club, the V-Twin Cruisers, this has become a signature event for our club. So we're not looking for recognition, we're looking for suicide awareness. And hopefully this ride will accomplish that. So the day of the ride, September 18th, we'll have speakers from Project Hopner. We'll have a speaker from American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Not sure if we'll have anybody else there or not, but I'll say a few words. And the whole idea is to get some information out there and get some, see some real people that have been through this, and hopefully can get the word out.
And how did this ride start, Bob?
It really started, I felt that we had to do something in memory of my son. We had to do something to get suicide awareness out in front of the public. So basically, I went to my club and said, hey, this is something I'd like to do, and they were very supportive. And that's really how it started. We just started putting it together, and 2 years ago we had our first ride.
Tell me about Rob.
Rob was 50 years old when he committed suicide. He was a contractor, had his own business. He was very outgoing. I'm not sure what all the adjectives, but he was extremely well liked in his community and sphere of influence. We didn't realize how well liked he was until oh golly, I can't think of the name of the place now that he used to like to hang out. But anyway, Radio Bean, yes. Word out, shout out to Radio Bean folks. They put on a memorial totally on their own, a memorial night where this would actually happen before his memorial service at our church. And they invited all of his friends in, and one by one, and we have a video of this, one by one they all came up and talked about what Rob meant to them. And one of the things we learned about Rob was that he offered, he helped as many people as he possibly could. He offered jobs to people that he really didn't know all of their skill levels, didn't know them all that well, but knew they needed help. And so, you may wonder why I say we learned about Rob. As your kids get older, your window into their life begins to narrow down, and you find out only what either they're willing to share or what you find out kind of by accident almost. As I said, Rob was in the construction business. He was a very talented builder. I called him an artist in wood. And we knew that he was working on various houses and various projects, but didn't always get to see what he had done. And one house in particular, right near his house, we got to see it and got to tour it, and amazing. I mean, it's absolutely amazing what that guy could do, and what a loss it is to us, of course, but to the community.
So, what's our hope that we gain out of this ride? What would you hope happens?
My hope is, and I plan to say a little bit about this, is that if you suspect something in a person's life, and we didn't have a clue really. I mean, when you look back and some of the conversations, you can kind of build something in your mind, but we really were caught totally by surprise. But one of the things that we've learned is that if you suspect something, don't be afraid to ask the person, are you thinking about harming yourself? And boy, if we can get that message out in front of people, I think that's extremely important. Are you thinking of harming yourself? That's not going to drive somebody to suicide. They're going to more than likely be honest with you. They're more than likely going to say yes or no, or and depending on their answer, then you can take a guess, what direction to go in. So that would be one of my objectives, and I learned that quite literally through one of the suicide awareness classes that the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention put on, and Heather, who I think will be with us that Saturday the 18th, she'll probably talk about that, and I will.
And what is the date? Tell us about the ride.
The date is September 18th. We're down here at Wilkins Harley-Davidson. We'll register at 9 o'clock, start registration. We'll have speakers at 9:45 and kickstands up at 10:30. And we'll have I haven't seen the exact route, but I know we're going through the mountains and through some beautiful scenery and about a 2.5-hour ride. And we'll be back here at 1 o'clock for a barbecue.
Wonderful.
Wonderful, yeah, it's great.
Thank you so much. I appreciate taking some time and sharing that with us, and we're looking forward to this ride.
Well, we really appreciate what Wilkins is doing for us, and John, you especially. This has been great.
Good.
It's been great working with you, and I know we're looking forward to a great ride.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.